All right, guys, it's that time. Winter designer fragrances. What is your boy going to be wearing? What do I recommend for you guys? Coming right up, my top 10 winter designer fragrances for 2023. Let's go. What's going on, YouTube? My name is Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. Fashion, fragrance, what we talk about on this channel. So if you're into looking good and smelling great, which I hope all of you are, make sure you hit subscribe, man. And don't forget to hit the bell icon as well, so that way anytime a new video is uploaded, you're going to be one of the first people to get notified. So on today, guys, we're going to be jumping into the top winter designer fragrances that I'm going to be wearing, I anticipate wearing this winter of 2023. So I'm going to run the intro, and when we come back, we'll get into it. So if you want to see what I'm going to be rocking, which may be some good recommendations for you all as well, then you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The Bowtie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump into this video. The first fragrance that I'm going to have on my winter designer fragrance list for 2023 is a fragrance that I happened to stumble across while being in Macy's. I actually thought that it was released in 2023, but it looks like it might have been released in 2022. But anyway, it's from the brand of Hugo Boss, and this is Boss Bottled Parfum. Boss Bottled Parfum. I love this when you get mandarin, fig, orris, and incense in here. I love fig and fragrances. Again, I always talk about this, but it has this kind of sweet, creamy nuance that it adds to fragrances. And I really, really like that in this fragrance combined with that mandarin opening, which is very, very prominent. As I said, when it dries down, it gets powdery because of the orris. It's a little bit smoky, kind of incensey as well when it dries down. But just the perfect fragrance to wear during the winter season. So if you're looking for something great for the winter, probably a little bit underrated. Not as many people talk about this fragrance. Of course, it's Hugo Boss. I mean, it's not as popular as, you know, of course, the Giorgio Armani's, the Chanel's, the Christian Dior's. But it's a really, really great fragrance that I think is going to work great in the winter. So check this one out from the brand of Hugo Boss. This is Boss Bottled Parfum. All right, guys, coming in the 9th spot, this was probably one of the top 3 designer fragrances released in 2020, which was obviously a weird year. But this one is really, really good from a company that's been doing fragrances for a long time and doing them at a really doing very high quality fragrances for a long time, I should say. From the brand of Cartier, this is Pochette de Cartier Parfum. Pochette de Cartier Parfum. This is balsam, fir, benzoin, sandalwood. Some of the main notes in here, I think there's cognac as well. This is just, guys, this is so good. Seriously, this is so good. To me, again, because it was 2020, I could attribute it to that. I would say this kind of flew under the radar, but it shouldn't have. This is so good, man. This is so good. It's just one of those fragrances that, you know, if you're a guy like myself and you like to or you have to dress up, I'll say that. This is one of those kind of scent DNAs or scents that you need in your arsenal for the winter time, man. Again, that benzoin give that kind of sweet resinous quality to it. It's a little bit smoky as well, spicy. This is the perfect kind of gentlemanly fragrance that I really gravitate towards oftentimes. So check it out from the brand of Cartier. This is Pochette de Cartier Parfum. All right, now coming in the 8th spot. This is a 2023 release. We know there is an Elixir craze going on right now, and the company of Polo, Ralph Lauren, decided to get in on it. This is Ralph's Club Elixir. Ralph's Club Elixir, and what you're going to get with this one right here, guys, there's a nice, sweet, spicy cardamom in the opening, which is kind of the highlight, along with the note of green mandarin, which is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was in the previous iterations of this fragrance. So there's a definitely familiarity with the Elixir with the previous releases, which I think this is the 3rd installment from this particular line. But as it dries down, guys, some of the notes that traditionally for me on my skin just work great in the winter time. I mean, you have some leather here. You have some patchouli in this as well. Again, just the perfect kind of warm, slightly playful fragrance that I like to wear in the winter time, man. This is one of those fragrances in the winter that can really go from a sweater and a nice pair of chinos on up to a suit. Honestly, it's that versatile. And I love this one. So check it out from the brand of course, Ralph Lauren. This is Ralph's Club Elixir. All right, guys, now coming in the 7th spot, this is another 2023 release from the brand of Jean Paul Gaultier. This is lemaleelixir. Lemaleelixir. Look at that bottle. Beautiful bottle. You can actually see through this and see how much juice you have left. But guys, this is an amazing fragrance. Honestly, this list has a bunch of bangers on it, and that's probably should be a good indicator of where this is on the list. But it's phenomenal. One of the best releases of 2023. But it has a notes in it that's going to remind you of the original. Two of the, I would say, probably the most prominent notes from the original Jean Paul Gaultier that made it what it was that lavender and mint note. But once it dries down, guys, vanilla benzoin, so it's sweet. You have honey in here, tobacco, tonka. Amazing fragrance. This is perfect for the winter. Definitely a date night fragrance. I would highly recommend if you're going on a date, put some of this on your skin, man. It's going to be perfect for a date night scenario. It's just one of those scent DNAs. It smells great. So check this out from the brand of Jean Paul Gaultier. This is lemaleelixir. All right, now coming in the 6th spot, this is another fragrance line that has a lot of flankers that have come out. This is one of the best since the original. From the brand of Giorgio Armani, this is Strong With You, absolutely. Strong With You, absolutely. Look at that beautiful ambery juice color. This stuff is amazing. You get rum, vanilla, chestnut, and patchouli. To me, that chestnut note is really the signature note from this range. This one lasts longer than the original. It's a little bit more woody, a little bit darker, deeper interpretation of the original. But I do love the fact that that chestnut note is still here and so prominent. That chestnut vanilla combination, just again, perfect for the winter season. So check this one out, guys, from the brand of Giorgio Armani. This is Strong With You, absolutely. Now coming in the 5th spot, this is a flanker of one of my favorite designer fragrances of all time. And this is from the brand of Tom Ford. This is Noir Extreme Parfum. Noir Extreme Parfum. This is amber, cardamom, sandalwood, tonka bean, guaiac wood. This is so good, guys. You definitely get the original Noir Extreme in here. But of course it is more, this is woodier. I think there's leather in this as well. That wasn't present, of course, in the original Tom Ford Noir Extreme. So definitely some slight differences there, but it maintains the integrity of the original, which I wouldn't have been a fan of it if it didn't, because I'm such a huge fan of the original. But they found a way to make it more bold, to make it a little bit more of a luxurious kind of scent profile. And to me, with the addition of that leather note, it definitely works great in the winter time. So make sure you check this one out from the brand of Tom Ford. This is Noir Extreme Parfum. All right, now coming in the 4th spot, I actually just talked about this fragrance because I actually have this trio of fragrances that was discontinued from the brand of Robert Graham. This is Fortitude. This is Fortitude, and this is tobacco, tonka bean, and patchouli are some of the main notes. This is so good. This is so good. This is almost like a honey tobacco that you get in here with that, like I said, that kind of ambery feel with the tobacco, the honey, patchouli. This stuff is phenomenal, guys. Oh, this is so good. And of course, you know I love tonka bean. Tonka bean, I'll take a tonka bean sweetness over vanilla any day. But anyway, guys, like I said, when I got it, it was available on FragranceNet. One that I would highly recommend for the winter season. This one is another one that you can wear to work, but you can also wear this out and about on like date nights and stuff like that. I think it do great in either scenario. Definitely offers some versatility in the winter time. And that's one of the things that I really like about this one. So check it out from the brand of Robert Graham. This is Fortitude. All right, now coming in the third spot, this fragrance comes from the brand of Christian Dior. This is Dior Homme Parfum. Now this is the version of this fragrance that was released in 2014. All right, so this is full of that leather, patchouli, and iris. Guys, it doesn't get much better than this. If you like that powdery iris leather combination, which a lot of fragrances have now kind of gone on, and I guess done similar fragrances that you would compare to fragrances from that Dior Homme line. You know, Dior Homme Intense, the original Dior Homme, certainly Dior Homme Parfum. But this is the best, man. That leather iris combination in this fragrance is phenomenal. Leather is great in the wintertime. Obviously, that's the most, of course, the most prominent or appropriate time that people wear leather outside. So when you have a fragrance on that kind of resembles the smell of leather, something about that just works well on the cold to me. But again, that powdery nuance here as well from the iris, this is just phenomenal. Oh my gosh, man. What a classic fragrance. I haven't smelled the new versions of these fragrances, but I've seen people comment and say it's as good. The newer ones are as good as these. I don't know. Just glad I have this particular version in my collection. I want to get some good usage out of this winter from the brand of Christian Dior. Of course, this is Dior Homme Parfum. All right, guys, coming in the number 2 spot, this fragrance comes from the brand of Mugler, and this is Pure Malt. This is a classic fragrance in my collection. I always pull this out in the wintertime. Malt whiskey, patchouli, and vanilla are some of the main notes in this fragrance. Such a shame that this collection has been discontinued. I know, of course, the creator of this brand passed away a few years ago, so that obviously could be the reason for it. But they actually, even prior to that, had a history of kind of discontinuing some of these fragrances. But in any measure, guys, if you can get your hands on this, this is one of the my classic winter designer fragrances. One of those fragrances that, even if I don't have it on my top 10 list of anticipated fragrances to wear that winter, no, this is one that I'm always going to be wearing during the winter time. It's kind of like I use Pure Havane for the fall, Pure Malt for the winter. Amazing, boozy fragrance that, again, just on my skin, this Mugler line has always traditionally been great. Performance in the whole line. Absolutely love this stuff, man. Probably need to try to get a backup bottle if I can find it for under 250 bucks. But check it out from the brand of Mugler. Definitely one you want in your rotation, man, for the winter. This is Pure Malt. All right, guys, and coming in the number 1 spot, there's some controversy about whether or not this brand is niche or designer, but I think about it, some of the other fragrances I've had from this house, I've always had on designer lists, so no need to change it up now. But from the brand of Guerlain, this is Tobacco Honey. Tobacco Honey, tonka bean, and sesame are some of the notes in this fragrance, and this is just next level. It's the next level. If you love tobacco and you love honey, this one you really, I would really recommend you try to get your nose on this because it's that phenomenal. That note of sesame is a note that is used in a lot of gourmand fragrances. Kind of adds this kind of sweet, nutty nuance to fragrances, and you definitely pick that up here with the tobacco and honey. Then just a phenomenal scent, guys. Honestly, you gotta get your nose on it. So it starts to get a little bit sweet on the dry down with the sesame and the tonka, but I love this stuff. It performed great. Again, notes like honey, tobacco, tonka, notes you typically find in fragrances are traditionally good to wear when it's cold outside. And again, I definitely look forward to wearing this one on this upcoming winter. It's a newer addition to the collection. So glad the weather is cool now and getting colder so that I can rock this more. From the brand of Guerlain, check this one out, guys. This is definitely a winner. This is Tobacco Honey. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 designer fragrances that I anticipate wearing this upcoming winter. What are some of the fragrances that you look forward to wearing this winter? Designer fragrances, that is. I would love to hear from you down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you are sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darian. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side.